And so that's my opinion. So now we'll ask AJ for you to go into a little bit more detail of what it is about the personal characteristics that are going to keep you from, or keep you, I guess, keep you from voting from all of them.
Right. Well, I mean, I want to, and that's one of the most irritating things at this moment is like, I mean, obviously, like the freedoms like you fight for and the rights and everything like that. I mean, obviously, you want to get out there and you're going to vote, and you're forced to ultimately come to a conclusion across the things that, like what you just talked about. Like, I mean, yes, like I mean, her resume and the amount of experience she has just without the amount of years in politics. But at the same time, there's enough marks on the resume, such as Benghazi and things like in the clearance environment, things that myself and other people would be canned in a heartbeat for doing a fraction of the things that she has done and gotten away with. Um, and I mean, there's a lot of concern for things in her history and how she's handled plenty of situations that are not minor things by any means, but and the character and on her side, the dishonesty and the integrity that you can bold face go in front of Congress and say things. I mean, it's just I mean, that's not a reflection of something that I want to be a part of. And then on the other side, Trump, um, you can go on forever, but there isn't any substance to any of the solutions that he's really put forward besides the character that he's kind of displayed. And I mean, in the last 24 hours, I mean, just videos released with the Days of Our Lives and stuff like that that he's been caught up in. It all does reflect.
Grabbing when the video where he talks about grabbing women by the pussy.
Yeah, it's, I mean, incredible, and to think that this is like, I mean, people that are able to routinely make these kind of statements, that you're going to put them in that position of power and leadership ultimately over all these federal agencies and the troops and the policies that impact us at home. And something else that has been a massive. I'm from Arizona initially. I'm in Virginia now, but I'm a born and raised Arizonan. Um, I was in the Air Force for about 6 years in Arizona as well, and I did a lot of analytics on border states for quite a while, working with Homeland Security. So, uh, living and working in border states, you understand the issues with immigration and the bankruptcy that they basically face with their hands tied from the federal government, and you'll understand the outrage from those states. Even when Janet Napolitano, the before was with DHS as a secretary, she was the governor of Arizona as a Democrat in a Republican state, and people had a bipartisan approach to immigration because there was no denying the traumatic effect of immigration on a state like Arizona. Regardless of the border crime, the obviously all the violence, the narcotics, the smuggling of people, and the hardships and the amount of people that are just transiting through, but what that does to an economy and the school system and the hospitals. And being from Southern Arizona, you'll experience that a little bit quicker than Northern Arizona since it's the flow of people. But so you want to see traumatic. It takes a lot of change just to something big has to happen just to um, make an impact on immigration policy. So I can understand why a lot of your border folks could rally behind Trump in a sense, but ultimately, at the end of the day, like when you just say I'm going to build a wall, I can go off of that about for a million reasons why I'm not uh, supportive of that idea. But when there's no substance behind it, and there's actually you don't see the policy unfold and how is this actually going to take place, and um, there is nothing that I can rally behind. And when it's compiled with the characteristics of that kind of show what kind of person he is, that just disappoints you a little bit more. But so it's a rock and a hard place. It's the lesser of two evils that you kind of go with, and um, there's massive things you have to consider between both candidates, and um, hopefully in a week or two, maybe I mean, just I'm going to take every minute I have to just keep thinking about it and who ultimately is going to put forth some decisions that are going to impact what we care about most. So